Today's episode is not easy. It is uncomfortable. It is controversial. And it raises questions that many people are asking privately. Why would a woman want to become famous on an adult content platform? Why would someone perform an extreme sexual stunt for attention, money, or online fame? Is it only about money? Is it empowerment? Is it trauma? Is it entertainment? Is it rebellion? Is it a mental health issue? Is it smart digital entrepreneurship? Is it exploitation? Is it good for society? Is it harmful for society? What happens psychologically to a woman who turns her body, intimacy, and sexuality into public content? What happens to her future relationships? Will future partners accept it? Can she later have a normal marriage? And what does this say about the culture we are creating? Today's episode is called Why Would a Woman Want to Become an OnlyFans Star? The psychology behind extreme adult content. Let us begin with today's situation. A viewer writes, I saw a woman online saying she wants to become famous by extreme adult content. She says it is her choice, her body, her money, and her brand. Some people call her empowered. Others call it self-destruction. Why would someone do this? Is money the only reason? What is the psychology? What is the physical and mental impact? And what does it mean for future relationships and society? This is a serious question, and we need to answer it carefully, not with mockery, not with moral panic, not with blind judgment, not with blind celebration, because the truth is complicated. Some women enter adult content platforms with clear intention, a business strategy, boundaries, and a sense of control. Some enter because of financial pressure, some because of fame, some because of curiosity, some because of sexual confidence, some because of validation, some because of trauma, some because they feel ordinary life gives them no power, some because the internet rewards shock, some because managers, agencies, partners, or online communities push them further than they first intended. And some do not fully understand the long-term consequences until much later. So today, we will explore the psychology behind this behavior without reducing women to one stereotype. Because there is no single type of woman who enters adult content work. There are many stories, but there are repeating patterns. Let us start with the first driver. Money. Money is real. For many adult content creators, money is one of the strongest motivations. Modern platforms sell a powerful dream. You do not need a boss. You do not need a corporate job. You do not need permission. You can monetize your body, your image, your personality, your sexuality, your attention, and your audience. You can work from home. You can control your brand. You can earn directly from fans. You can turn desire into income. For someone struggling financially, this can look like liberation, especially if she sees stories of women earning more in 1 month than others earn in a year. But this dream is not evenly distributed. A small percentage of creators make large money. Many earn far less than outsiders imagine. And the platform economy creates pressure to keep producing, keep promoting, keep escalating, keep responding, keep competing, and keep staying visible. So money is a factor. But it is not the whole story, because many people need money. Not everyone chooses extreme public adult content, so we need to go deeper. The second driver is attention. In today's world, attention has become currency. Followers become status. Views become value. Virality becomes power. Controversy becomes marketing. The internet rewards the unusual, the shocking, the emotional, the extreme. A person can become famous not by being respected, but by being watched. And that is a very important distinction. Being watched is not the same as being loved. Being desired is not the same as being valued. Being viral is not the same as being safe. But the nervous system may not know the difference at first. Attention can feel intoxicating. A woman may feel invisible in ordinary life. Then suddenly, thousands of people watch her, comment on her, message her, pay for her, talk about her. She may feel powerful. She may feel chosen. She may feel famous. She may feel in control. But attention is addictive because it always asks for more. Yesterday's shocking content becomes today's normal content. Today's boundary becomes tomorrow's baseline. The audience becomes harder to impress. The algorithm becomes harder to satisfy. And slowly, the creator may feel pressure to escalate. Not necessarily because she wants to, but because the marketplace rewards escalation. The third driver is validation. Many women, like many men, carry wounds around desirability. Am I attractive? Am I wanted? Am I powerful? Do people notice me? Do I matter? For some, adult content attention becomes proof that they are desired, proof that they can control men's attention, proof that they can turn attraction into money, proof that they are not invisible. This can feel empowering in the beginning, especially for someone who once felt rejected, controlled, shamed, unattractive, or powerless. But validation through strangers can become unstable. Because strangers do not know you, they consume an image of you. They respond to a version of you. They reward a performance of you. And if your self-worth begins depending on strangers wanting that version, you may begin losing contact with the person behind the performance. The fourth driver is rebellion. Some women enter adult content platforms as rebellion against family, religion, culture, patriarchy, shame, or control. They may say, "My body belongs to me. My sexuality is mine. No one gets to tell me what to do. I will not be controlled by society. I will make money from what men already objectify." This can feel like power, and sometimes it is a real response to oppressive control. But rebellion is not always freedom. Sometimes rebellion keeps the old system at the center. If every choice is made to shock the people who judged you, then they are still controlling the meaning of your life. True freedom is not only doing what society forbids. True freedom is being able to ask, is this good for me? Is this aligned with my values? Am I choosing from power or pain? Will I still respect this decision when the attention fades? The fifth driver is trauma and emotional history. This is delicate. We must not assume every woman in adult content is traumatized. That is unfair and inaccurate. Many women reject that stereotype. But we also cannot ignore that some people enter high-risk sexual environments after histories of neglect, abuse, abandonment, low self-worth, coercion, or emotional injury. For some, sexuality becomes a place to regain control. For others, it becomes a place to repeat pain. For others, it becomes a way to disconnect from emotion. For others, it becomes a way to convert shame into money. For others, it becomes a way to feel powerful over the same gaze that once made them feel powerless. The same behavior can mean different things in different psychological histories. So, the mature question is not, is she empowered or damaged? The mature question is, what is the quality of her choice? Is it informed? Is it freely chosen? Is it safe? Is it stable? Is it consistent with her long-term well-being? Is she able to stop? Is she pressured by managers, partners, fans, debts, drugs, fear, or algorithms? Does she have support? Does she understand the consequences? Those questions matter more than labels. The sixth driver is digital entrepreneurship. Some women do not see themselves as victims. They see themselves as entrepreneurs. They understand branding, marketing, audience psychology, subscription revenue, social media funnels, personal positioning, controversy, scarcity, fan relationships. They may treat adult content like a FOF, business. They may say, I am monetizing a demand that already exists. I set the price. I control the brand. I own the content. I am not being exploited by a traditional industry. This perspective is real. And for some creators, online platforms may offer more autonomy than older forms of adult entertainment. But autonomy is not absolute. Platforms take fees. Algorithms influence behavior. Fans demand more. Management agencies may take large percentages. Content can be leaked. Privacy can be lost. Stigma follows. And the internet rarely forgets. So even when it is entrepreneurship, it is high-risk entrepreneurship. The seventh driver is social contagion. This is one of the biggest changes from 50 or 100 years ago. The behavior itself is not new. Sexual commerce, scandal, performance, and taboo have existed throughout history. What is new is the scale, speed, visibility, monetization, and algorithmic amplification. 50 years ago, someone's sexual choices were usually local. Today, they can become global in hours. A person can watch another woman become famous for extreme content and think, if she can do it, why not me? This is social contagion, not in the sense of disease, but in the sense of imitation. People copy what appears rewarded. If the internet rewards shock, more people produce shock. If attention becomes money, more people chase attention. If extreme behavior creates fame, more people consider extreme behavior. This is not only about individual psychology, it is about the psychology of platforms. Now let us talk about the physical impact. A high-volume sexual stunt can carry serious physical risks. These may include pain, injury, bleeding, exhaustion, dehydration, infection risk, sexually transmitted infections, and the possibility of longer-term pelvic or reproductive health concerns depending on circumstances. There may also be risks from lack of sleep, substance use, pressure, poor hygiene, lack of medical supervision, or inability to stop once the event begins. The body is not a machine. Consent and choice do not remove biological limits. A person can choose something and still be harmed by it. If someone is considering any high-risk sexual activity, they should speak to qualified medical professionals, prioritize safety, and understand that viral attention is never worth permanent harm. Now, let us talk about the mental and psychological impact. The psychological impact depends on many factors. Was it freely chosen? Was she pressured? Did she feel in control? Did she feel safe? Was she respected? Was she sober and fully aware? Was the environment medically and emotionally safe? Was there aftercare, support, privacy, and protection? Was it aligned with her values? Did she expect fame, but receive shame? Did she expect empowerment but feel empty? Did she expect money but become exploited? Some women may feel proud, powerful, and financially rewarded. Others may experience regret, anxiety, shame, emotional numbness, public humiliation, loss of privacy, harassment, depression, relationship difficulty, family rejection, or trauma response. The same action can create very different outcomes depending on context and meaning. But there is one major psychological risk: the split between public persona and private self. Online, she may be a brand, provocative, fearless, extreme, unbothered, powerful. But privately, she may be tired, lonely, confused, pressured, ashamed, afraid, or unsure who truly loves her beyond the image. When the public persona becomes too far from the private self, psychological strain increases. A person may ask, do people like me, or only what I show? Am I in control, or am I trapped by my brand? If I stop, will anyone care? If I change, will I lose everything? That is a heavy burden. Now let us talk about future relationships. Can a woman who has done adult content later have a normal relationship or marriage? Yes, it is possible. A person's past does not remove their humanity. People can grow, change, heal, mature, marry, become parents, build businesses, and live meaningful lives after controversial choices. But will it be easy? Not always, because stigma is real. Some men will not accept it. Some families will reject it. Some cultures will judge harshly. Some future partners may fear social embarrassment. Some may worry about children discovering content later. Some may feel jealousy. Some may fear comparison. Some may be unable to separate past public sexual identity from present private relationship. Some may be broad-minded in theory, but struggle emotionally in practice. Others may accept it honestly. Some partners may be sex positive, non-judgmental, emotionally secure, or from communities where adult content is not automatically seen as disqualifying. But acceptance must be real, not performative. A man who says he accepts it but later weaponizes it in arguments is not truly accepting it. A woman who wants a future relationship after adult content may need a partner who has emotional maturity, privacy discipline, strong boundaries, and the ability to handle social pressure. That is possible, but the dating pool may change, not because she is unworthy, but because society attaches meaning to sexual history, especially women's sexual history. This is the double standard. Men are often forgiven for sexual excess more easily than women. Women are often judged more harshly, especially in traditional societies. That is unfair, but it is real. Now let us talk about men who watch, pay, and participate. Society often blames the woman and ignores the male demand, but adult content economies do not exist without consumers. If thousands or millions of men pay to watch extreme content, we must ask, what does that say about male loneliness? Fantasy? Entitlement? Curiosity? Porn culture? Emotional disconnection? The objectification of women? The replacement of intimacy with consumption? Many men publicly condemn the same content they privately consume. This hypocrisy is important. A society cannot create demand, reward women for supplying it, then punish only women for participating. If we discuss morality, we must discuss both sides. The creator, the consumer, the platform, the managers, the algorithms, the society that watches. Now, is this good or bad for society? There is no simple answer. Supporters may argue it gives women financial independence. It gives control over their own content. It reduces dependence on exploitative traditional industries. It allows adults to make choices about their bodies. It can be a form of digital entrepreneurship. It challenges hypocrisy around sexuality. Critics may argue it commodifies intimacy. It normalizes extreme sexual content. It increases pressure on young women to monetize their bodies. It fuels unrealistic expectations in men. It blurs the line between empowerment and exploitation. It can damage privacy, mental health, future relationships, and social trust. It may also shape younger people's ideas about sexuality, self-worth, and success in unhealthy ways. And again, both sides have a point. That is what makes the topic so difficult. The real issue is not simply whether a woman is good or bad for choosing this path. The real issue is what kind of environment makes this path so attractive, so profitable, and so visible in the first place. A culture that rewards shock will produce more shock. A culture that monetizes attention will turn people into products. A culture that confuses intimacy with performance will leave people lonelier, even while they are more connected than ever. So what should we conclude? We should conclude that this decision is rarely caused by one thing. It is usually a mix of money, attention, validation, identity, rebellion, opportunity, pressure, market incentives, personal history, and cultural forces. We should also conclude that choice exists, but choice exists inside a system, and systems shape desires. Systems shape incentives. Systems shape what feels normal. A woman entering this world may not be stupid. She may not be broken. She may not be morally corrupt. She may be responding to the opportunities and pressures available to her, but that does not mean there are no costs. There can be serious physical costs, serious emotional costs, serious relationship costs, and serious long-term reputational costs. So the most honest answer is this. Some women do it for money. Some do it for power. Some do it for validation. Some do it for rebellion. Some do it because they are hurt. Some do it because they are strategic. Some do it because the internet taught them that visibility is victory. And many do it because several of these reasons exist at once. That is why this conversation cannot be reduced to slogans. Not everybody is empowered. Not everybody is damaged. Not it is just business. Not it is always self-destruction. Reality is more complicated than that. And if we want to understand the psychology behind extreme adult content, we have to be honest about both agency and vulnerability, both choice and pressure, both money and meaning, both freedom and consequence. That is the real conversation.